Hello, everyone, and as with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $1.35. Not a whole lot of price movement on XRP today. And if you zoom out to the 1 week, you could see how usually we get a next push up. Then we see XRP go into a descending channel, and then you get the next push up. I'm expecting another push here. I'm really hoping that happens. But everybody's talking about the rotation right now. The money flowing from gold and silver into Bitcoin and crypto. I don't even think that rotation even started yet. I'll talk more about that in a minute. And look at Bitcoin still holding just above 68K. Honestly, this was supposed to be a horrible week for crypto, but crypto so far is holding up very well. Remember, XRP should be under $1 right now. That was what everybody was calling for over the weekend. I just want to see us start to break out already. I would love to see that happen. And here is gold and silver. So gold is down 3.63%. Silver down 6.89%. But even with that slight downward movement on silver and gold, it didn't have a big impact on crypto yet. I'm thinking that we will see the rotation begin, but it's not happening right now. I believe that's going to start when we start to see gold and silver really plummet down from where it's sitting right now. XRP just flushed all weak hands. Market strategist says time to pump. I think it already flushed out retail. Anybody that bought because of the election and the major run-up when President Trump got elected, those people are mostly out of crypto right now. Because most of them, they didn't even know what they were holding when they hold XRP. They bought it because a friend of theirs said, you got to get in now. This is going to continue upward from here. But then real-world events played out, and it brought the prices back down. And we had a lot of market manipulation. So it most likely scared most of those retail investors out of crypto. But no worries, they will come back once the breakout begins. And here's the ETF tracker for yesterday. So you see the volume rose $39.54 million. A lot of volume on the XRP ETFs. Even when it's a down day, it seems like that volume is picking up even more momentum. And a lot of people keep saying those ETFs don't mean nothing for XRP. And I always tell them, yeah, that is still going to happen. Do spot XRP ETF filers have to hold XRP? Yes, the filers of spot XRP ETFs are required to hold XRP directly as the underlying asset to back the ETF shares. I went on to ask Grok, what happens when ETF filers turn to exchanges to buy XRP on the open market? Demand surge. ETF issuers buying large quantities of XRP directly on exchanges injects immediate demand into the order books. This can drive up the spot price of XRP, especially if inflows are steady or accelerating. For instance, each $1 billion in net ETF inflows effectively locks up around 719 million XRP. Right now, the ETF filers are still buying over the counter and in dark pools. But those dark pools and the over-the-counter desks, they don't have an unlimited supply of XRP. Eventually, they will run out. And when the ETF filers turn to the exchanges, all of a sudden, we're going to see spikes like we've never seen before on the price of XRP. Due to XRP spot ETFs, is scarcity still on track for 2026? Yes, scarcity remains very much on track for XRP in 2026, and the launch and ongoing inflows into spot XRP ETFs are actually accelerating it rather than derailing it. And then the AI model even says that we could see with regulatory tailwinds like the Clarity Act, that could even pick up more inflows into the ETFs. Like I said, we are going to see ETF FOMO when the price of XRP breaks out. I would not sell any of my XRP in 2026, not even one XRP, because I think once you see the demand continue to rise like we're seeing now, we're going to see scarcity. We're going to see price spikes. We're going to see institutional adoption this year. And yet people are running to the door to sell their XRP. And most people still want to cash out at $5. We are going so much higher. And then I shared this yesterday. The integration of Ripple and Hidden Road continues to scale. The latest DTCC notice shows Hidden Road officially going live on the NSCC directory on March 2nd. Ripple Prime's role in bridging TradFi and DeFi will likely move post-trade volume to the XRP ledger. And right away, people brushed it off and said, the DTCC is working with Canton only. Well, David Schwartz says it seems important. And that's because the DTCC already told us that it's not just going to be one network. Canton cannot handle all of those flows. It's going to run across a handful of networks. And even Smoke pointed out, DTCC processes quadrillions in derivatives. XRP contains exactly 100 quadrillion drops, matching that scale precisely. The XRP ledger was built to handle it. The reason why this happened, it wasn't coincidence. It happened on purpose because from day one, Ripple set out to capture the derivatives market. And they knew exactly how many XRP would be needed. I'm telling you now, when you start to see those inflows onto the XRP ledger, it is going to change the price of XRP quickly. Bank of Japan to test blockchain-based reserve settlement. This is also very big. So Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo Ueda said it plans to test whether central bank money can operate in blockchain-based systems. The central bank also plans to work with external experts to examine blockchain use cases for domestic, interbank, and securities settlement. And who is the Bank of Japan working with? The three largest banks in Japan are all using Ripple. That comes from Smoke as well. Japan loves XRP. You look and you see what SBI is doing in Japan. This is going to turn into something massive over time. We knew the XRP ledger was built to move central bank money, and now it's all coming together perfectly. This comes from Ripple. Ripple Payments now gives businesses everything they need to move money globally across fiat and digital rails in one place. Collect, hold, exchange, and pay out in both fiat and stablecoins. Manage custody, unified collections, advanced liquidity. $100 billion plus processed, 60 plus markets, 75 plus licenses. Corpay, Amina Bank, Banco Genio, MassPay, and more are already building on it. This is enterprise-ready on-chain finance. And you see what they're building out. So you have stablecoin access, on-off ramps, virtual accounts and wallets, payment processing, payment orchestration, custody, payment networks, wallet as a service, and blockchain. They're building a one-stop shop for the banks, and they're building plug-and-play options. They don't want complicated. They want it to be very easy to onboard the banks, because if something's easy, everybody's going to want to use it. If it's complicated or it costs a lot to do this, nobody's going to do it. They're going to be like, well, we'll just build our own option, or we'll go with a cheaper option. Ripple wants to make sure they are the only option. And you see all of these banks already lined up. Swift partners with BNY Mellon to design a blockchain-based ledger for cross-border payments and tokenized assets. You ever take notice Swift is always connecting to Ripple partners? You see, today, our partners at BNY Global launched tokenized deposit services for institutional clients, bringing the promise of digital assets directly into the banking system. With Ripple Prime as an early adopter, we're proud to expand our long-standing strategic collaboration with BNY, the primary reserve custodian of RLUSD. Together, we are bridging traditional and digital markets. Swift is connecting to Ripple's partners. So essentially, they are connecting to Ripple at the same time, because Ripple's partners are utilizing RippleNet technology. Some of them are even utilizing XRP. You're seeing how the entire system is connecting together right now. We are very close to the new financial system. And again, people want to run to the door now. Now's the time you continue to accumulate while the price is still very cheap on XRP. I mean, come on, it's dirt cheap right now, $1.35. Remember when we were sitting above $3 and everybody was like, oh, I wish it would go back down under $2 so I could load up a decent bag of XRP. Now's the chance to do it. This is going to run out. And when it does, a lot of people are going to have a lot of regrets because they didn't stack it while they could. And then everybody's going to be saying, oh, I hope it goes back down under $3 again so I can buy it when it's sitting above $5. Then when it's above $10, people are going to be hoping it goes back under $5 and so on. You only get a limited amount of time for this. You know, for the last 10 years, Ripple went out there, they put the rail system in place, and XRP, it's set at very cheap prices. I mean, here's where it was well under $1, and nobody even wanted to talk about XRP then. Then it ran up in 2021, and people said, well, it's off the exchanges, Ripple's tied up with the SEC. I want to see how that turns out before I buy XRP. It came back down, and then it went sideways around 50 cents again for a very long period of time. Then the president got elected, and all of a sudden, the price spiked up because we have a pro-crypto administration. And when it spiked up, everybody said they were too late to buy XRP. Now it's back down almost to $1, and people will ignore it again. And those same people will be buying it when it's back above $3, when it's sitting at new all-time highs, when we're sitting in price discovery. That's when everybody will want XRP again. But you know, that time is absolutely coming. And all you got to do is stay patient, stay positive, and we will get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.